Sit tight last spring absolutely dominated the Southwest Yorkshire Gilt shows. Would have been Sit Tights out of the Stella Sow that we talk about, Time's Up, mother there at the beginning. He would have raised the Reserve Grand at Houston, the Grand Gilt at Oklahoma City, Purebred Gilt. There was 4 gilts that David had, some families that there in Texas that were feeding that very consistently went 1 through 4 out of those 40 head classes down there at San Antonio, Fort Worth, all the way through. Littermate Barrow would have been champion at Denver last year to those gilts that we're talking about. Sit Tight in his first crop, he had 1 litter. And that would have been the Reserve Gilt at Oklahoma City a year ago. So in the last 2 years, Sit Tights had champion of reserve Yorkshire Gilt at Oklahoma City, and goes back to one of my very best Power Drive Starbuck daughters that we have around here. Does a great job in terms of consistency of generating hogs that are good in terms of hip and hind leg. And one of the things that I'm very passionate about the Yorkshire breed, and that's one of the things that we spend a lot of time focusing around here. And the thing for me that keep trademark Sit Tight relevant in the Yorkshire breed is length of hip and flexibility. And so many people call me and want to know how's their pasturing, and I say I'm more concerned about how their hip is in their pasturings. And I can deal with sort up front in the Yorkshire breed in terms of pasturing set, but I think we've got more problems in there in terms of length of hip and the way we're designed and the way these things get out and go. And that's what he's done a very, very consistent job of making them long hip, giving them that extra flexibility in the show ring. And to me, that's what keeps them relevant in terms of build and design day in and day out. Take him to a little bit of power. That was an in-control sow there. I think there's a lot of that popular stuff out there pedigree-wise that this boar can be covered back over, and I think you'll have a fun summer from that standpoint of what we've seen here. Another boar we've got a lot of confidence in. That's Sit Tight.